What's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Real Reds Talk. We have had some earth-shattering news earlier on today that the best striker in the Premier League, Alexander Isak, wants to leave Newcastle United. Now, the majority of people in the know think he's probably going to go to Liverpool, in which case we should all probably just pack up and go home for a few years and wait for things to blow over, because that would be literally outrageous if they went and got him as well as Ekitike. We know Ruben Amorim wants a Premier League proven striker. Isak obviously would be the perfect choice in this scenario, but obviously we are talking about dream moves here, and there hasn't been many dreams at the Theatre of Dreams recently. So it's very unlikely. I mean, some of the names that are being mentioned at the minute are slightly concerning, in my opinion, but we will dive into that. We will also dive into Aston Villa saying they don't want to sell Ollie Watkins, Martinez still pushing the move from Aston Villa, and Sesko wanting a special club. Could that special club potentially be Newcastle, with them losing Alexander Isak? Just talk to me about the striker situation in a minute for you, Sam. How are you feeling about it? Are you still willing to be patient? Are you worried at all?
Yeah, it seems like all targets that United theoretically could go for whatever different reasons, they're being outpriced at this point in the season. Now, obviously, it's still when does the window close? 2nd of September, I think.
Yeah, somewhere on that.
So it's still 5-6 weeks left of the window. So I think United are going to park the striker situation for a while to see if prices go down. Because if Watkins, I think Villa was saying, we're not going to sell Watkins, which every club says that. But if you pay the right price, they will sell him. So I think they're waiting for that price to go down, because I don't think 60 million is good value for money for Ollie Watkins. Obviously the Sesko thing, there seems to be a big discrepancy. Like they're saying his release clause between 60 and 70 or something.
Euros, depending on the gentleman's agreement, basically.
Yeah, what is it? I don't know. But then I've seen a report from Christian Falk, and again, they give it a pinch of salt because he's not the most reliable guy, that he could be available for 60. So, will United go for that deal because he is younger? So the 60 million is a bit more value based because he's a younger thing, so you could potentially flip him. So there's a price point going on there. Nicola Jackson seems ruled out of the conversation because of his price, that apparently Chelsea want 80 billion or something ridiculous. So that rules him out. Mateta's just signed a new deal, so I don't imagine he's going anywhere soon. Or if he is, it's going to cost whatever Ollie Watkins is close to going to be cost. And Alexander Isak is a ridiculous deal that we're never getting anywhere near, so we can rule that out of the conversation. So it seems like we're just sort of waiting to see if a price goes down somewhere, unless there's a striker that we don't know about and United are speaking to. Other than that, I think that's what's going to happen. I think maybe we pivot now to looking at a midfielder. Maybe that's the sort of next thing, or a goalkeeper, perhaps.
A couple of people mentioning Visser in the chat. You got Gems mentioning Mateta as well, saying he wanted him from January. T2 saying, don't think we'll sign anyone from the poll. Think it's hilarious that the Barcodes thought they would buy their way to the league and ended up a Saudi feeder club. To be honest, I think you have to, if you're putting a team up there as the runt of the litter almost, if you want to call it that, of the transfer window, Newcastle are not doing great at the minute.
Not having a good time of it, are they? Not having a good time of it.
Losing the best striker as well at this point. Like he obviously wants to move. This wouldn't be announced if there wasn't some form of move going on. Do you know what I mean? Like we had, I think it was Craig Hope, who's really good around Newcastle, and David Ornstein confirmed this as well, that Isak wants to leave Newcastle. He was absent from the Celtic friendly and the Asia tour as well. He's been training on his own. The Sweden international striker to stay on an improved deal, but also exploring potential replacements as well. And Sesko is one of those replacements. So if Newcastle go and get him, then that's a situation where he could be off the table as well. Now, the journalists surrounding Manchester United in Samuel Luckhurst and Laurie Whitwell have put basically the United sources do not expect the club to explore the possibility of signing Isak. A separate source said there was no chance of United going for Isak. Ollie Watkins and Mateta have emerged as possible options for the club because obviously he wants Premier League proven. But would that not worry in itself, Sam, if Newcastle go get Sesko? And then it really is, well, there's just one option out there. I know you lean more towards Watkins anyway, but yeah.
I think if Sesko, the money-wise, if money went down to a decent value, I think I'd be open to Sesko for sure. But I think 70 to 80 million is just, I think that's out of the question. Like, you can't
But
be
they're
paying
saying
that amount
60,
of money.
right? 60, 70.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's conflicting reports. I don't know.
And I think that's fucking more than worth it, to be honest.
I don't know what the
opinion.
reports are, because obviously we paid 70 million for Højlund and it's not gone well, has it? Like, it's not worked out. So dropping another 70 million on a young striker, and I understand Šeško's scored a lot more goals and he's been around a bit more and he's got a bit more experience. I understand all that. But again, the look is you're dropping 70 million on a 20, what is he, 22?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah. You're dropping another 70 million on a young striker. And it's like, if it doesn't work, you've spent 140 million on two young strikers and neither of them have worked. What do you do then? Like, do you know what I mean? So it's a tricky situation. I think if price comes down on one of these guys, I think, yeah, go out and get him, but you can't be overpaying for the striker. And we were talking in the group chat, if we lined up against Arsenal with Mbumo, Cunha and Xerxes, I think I'd be all right with that. Like, I'd be all right with that.
But
yeah.
I get, like, I'd be okay with that dynamic because I'd be interested to see how it works. But then I also think if Liverpool get Isak, Liverpool are buying two strikers when they've won the league, and I know the finances tailor into that because they've won the league and they didn't spend last summer. I understand that completely, right? But nonetheless, they will still have Isak, Ekitike, City, Haaland, Arsenal, Gyökeres. Like, every team has at least a decent strike. Even Jackson that we've been linked with, Chelsea have got them, and they want to get rid of him. You know, so like, where's our number 9? Where's the guy who's going to deliver for us? That's what I really want.
We went for the lap. He chose Chelsea. Gyökeres made it clear that he wanted to go to Arsenal. We went for Ekitike, but he didn't want to come to us or wanted to go to Liverpool. I don't know. And Sesko, Arsenal wanted him in the beginning, and then now his price is a question. Aston Villa saying Watkins is not for sale. Also, his price is a question. Jackson's price is out of the question. So all the targets that we had are unavailable. Like, and financially, we're not able to sort of compete. Like, I know you're saying Liverpool have done this, but we're not in that Liverpool bracket anymore. Like, we're not competing with Liverpool. They're not rivals. Like, I mean, they are rivals in history and stuff like that. But in terms of like where we are in the league and where we're trying to compete with, we're not in that top echelon of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. Like, we're not around there. Like, we're fighting with Brighton, Brentford, Villa, maybe Newcastle if they keep getting pied by people. That's where we're fighting, and that's where you got to sort of look at your things. So I think it's a bit of an unfair thing for us to go, well, Liverpool are doing this, we need to aim for that. Eventually we will, when our finances get better and we start winning things and stuff like that. But at the minute, we're just not competing with them. Like, it's just not reality.
If you're going to spend less though, then do it now. You know, if you let's say, tell us what your budget is. All right, you've only got 40 million. Okay, well, Everton have just spent 40 million pound on a striker and brought him in. Do you know what I mean? Who seems like pretty promising. There are people out there that you can go and get. But people talk about Mateta and stuff. Like, Mateta's not going to cost as much as Watkins is.
No,
I would rather have Mateta. That I don't want to be that guy than nothing. Like, because even still, like Mateta, the way he links up with Eze and Sarr around him, you could see a similar thing with potentially Mbumo and Cunha. Yeah. And again, Premier League proven stamp is there. So just some form of business. If they're doing it as a plan to be like, okay, we're willing to be patient because we know Watkins' price is going to come down towards the end of the summer. Yeah. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm sure they've
got irons in the fire. I'm sure they're talking to a lot of people. Like, I'm sure they're talking to Mateta's agent, Watkins' agent, Sesko's agent. I know Romano was saying they had conversations with Šeško a couple of days ago. I'm sure they're talking to Vissa's agent. I'm sure they've got conversations ongoing and lining this stuff up. Like, should one of the prices come down, or should one of the clubs be willing to negotiate? I think United are just a bit cautious because obviously what happened with the Brentford thing, where they kept changing the goalposts and kept changing the price and changing the mind.
If you go after Vissa again, you're going to get a similar situation.
Is what I mean. So that's the thing. And then other clubs know we're in a desperate position, so they know that we can set a price, and United might have to pay it if they want to come in for us. So it's a game, isn't it? It's just like brinksmanship. It's like who blinks first, who goes in first. So it's just, it's just, that's how transfers work, unfortunately.
But I also think that could flip on its head, innit? Like you could get towards the end of the window, and if Villa are still like, no, we're not, you're not waiting until the end of the window. We give you our best striker who's been delivering consistently for years, and then we've got to go fucking scamper about trying to find one. So
100%.
It's very, very risky game. And if we start this season without a number 9, which I don't think we'll do, I think we'll get one. It's just the level of quality of striker that we're gonna get. Because I just don't see it being anyone like Sesko or Watkins at the minute. The noise that's coming around at the minute is that they've not even got 60, 70 million pounds to spend on a striker because they've just bought in Mbeumo and Cunha. So maybe box clever. Maybe, I don't know, you've got Garnacho there as an asset. It's worth 50, 60 million pounds. Yeah. Can we not do something like that? Is anything been offered on the table at all?
Like I said, I spoke about a loan deal for someone like Gonçalo Ramos. You could do something like that, bring somebody like him in for the season. Because if your target is not available this season, say the target is Sesko, say you want him, but the price is just not an option in the mix because of the finance and stuff. Maybe you go and say to PSG, we'll take Gonçalo Ramos off your hands for the season. We'll pay his wages and he plays for us for a season. We've got a striker then. And then next summer, we're like, right, fine. Maybe we get into the Champions League or Europe or something. Maybe we sell a couple of players in the summer and stuff, and maybe our finances look better. So then we could go in for a Sesko or somebody else like that, and it works a bit better. I think going out and just getting somebody for the sake of it is the wrong idea.
No, I agree.
It has to be a number 9 who's worth buying and will score goals for us. Like I don't think we should just cave in and go, oh, just get Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Jamie Vardy. I don't think that's not the right answer.
I'd rather have Xerxes starting up top than any of them. I'd fuck that shit. What's Ivan Toney doing in Saudi? Do you know what I mean?
No idea.
What's going on over there? Because he's still getting in Tuchel's squad in England, so he must be doing all right. Played with Mbeumo before at Brentford.
Yeah.
Can we not test that? Test them waters, you know? I think they only bought him for like 45, 50 million quid. So
what's his wage? What's his wage though?
Oh, his wages would be fucking ridiculous. But
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just think something of that. I think it's going to end up being something like that, like just maybe not even a name that we're really, really heavily linked with, and we just kind of pivot a little bit slightly.
Possibly.
I'm surprised Villa aren't taking 60 million for Watkins, though, because I think for a 29, 30-year-old, getting that kind of money, I don't think they'll get that offer again down the line, like by next season or the season after. I think you'd want to cash in now. So, yeah, I think it's interesting. But I think he's the best option out of them all, Watkins, to be honest. Him and Sesko.
That's the game, innit? That's the game, innit? Like you just said, like, they maybe get to the end of the window, they don't want to sell, but then again, next summer, when they want the price is going to be even lower, and then they've risked themselves out of that. So maybe they're thinking about that, like before the end of the summer, this is the only summer where we can cash in on him and get that price for him. So maybe we do cash in and get 45 million for him, because next summer we might only get 25, 30, because it'd be another year of his contract gone, he'd be 30 and stuff like that. So maybe they think, and then that's maybe what United's thinking is. But it's not like I said, it's all bricksmanship, innit? It's like maybe they'll do this, maybe they'll do that. We'll see. Like, it's just all sort of chess. But pieces moving, isn't it? So
waiting. Yeah. Everyone's playing 4D chess. UTFR in the chat. Sorry, Nath saying Jamie Vardy. Here we go. That won't happen. I'm telling you now, Nath. If that happens, I'm gonna shave my head on alive. Like Jamie Vardy to United will not happen. I promise you. Sid the Whistle saying, I don't think we need to worry about Liverpool. It's like me worrying about Megan Fox's love life.
Yeah, it's true.
I will always worry about what they're doing. When you look at the players that they've brought in and the business that they're doing, I mean, they could be on top for the next 3-4 years. This could be their City dominant era now. Like what City did with Pep. I genuinely believe that, because if Slot can win a Premier League without spending a penny, I know they already had a decent squad. What is he going to do with Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekatike, and Isak? You know what I mean? Yeah. That is dangerous, extremely dangerous.
And it's I said to Chivy in the chat, like, it's reversed of like what we were like in the 2000s and what Liverpool were like. They were middling around mid-table, 5th, 6th. Sometimes they got into Europe. Sometimes they won a couple of cups here and there. Never got near a title, and we were just dominant for the thing. Now we're the same thing. We're just middling around middle of the table. Won a couple of cups, but not really ever challenged for a title or anything like that. That's where it is now. Like, that's where we are.
the days of Liverpool having Jay Spearing and Lucas Leiva and players like that. John Joe Shelby, I think, played for him as well, didn't they? Sid saying, sorry, I already read that. Macmillan, get Watkins for 2-3 seasons and let Cheeto learn off him. Watkins' price will come down near the end of the window. Danny's saying, I'd rather loan Ramos from PSG, Fox in the box, and pure finisher, considering we're looking to play possession and less counters. Him in the box can work for us. Yeah, but is Ramos open to leaving PSG?
I mean, is he going to get game time? Like, he's not going to play over Dembele, is he? Like, it's just not going to happen. So, is he thinking, I've come here? How much did they paid quite a bit of money for him, didn't they?
60 million paid for Ramos.
So, I imagine he's on a decent wage as well. So, is he not sat there thinking, well, I'm not playing football. I'm not getting game time here. Like, I need to play football. I want to play football. So, maybe there is something you could do there. And if he came to United, he'd be the main striker. Like, he'd be the number one guy. So maybe he is thinking that, but I don't know. I'm just speculating on things that I don't know.
If you are just joining us now, let us know your number one striker priority, who you would go for, and give us some context as to why as well. Please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. T2 saying, serious question. Who was the last top-level striker we bought? RVP, maybe Zlatan, but he was already past his best. I'd argue Ronaldo in his first season as well was fucking decent. I mean, 17, 18 goals in his first season for United.
Past his prime, though, wasn't he?
Oh, obviously,
like,
obviously. Yeah, so was Zlatan, though, when he joined us.
Zlatan that's what he said, didn't he? Like, I think in the prime was probably RVP. I think that was the last.
Yeah, but all of them, like, one seasons.
Yeah.
Van Persie had an incredible season when we won the title. Zlatan had the incredible season when we won under Mourinho. And then Ronaldo had one incredible season under Ole. And it was kind of like, that's the issue with buying strikers past 30. It's kind of... no longevity in it.
Cavani as well was really good for us first season,
I love Cavani.
And then just fell off completely
Infectious.
The next season.
I mean, if you could find a Cavani right now, I'd bite your fucking hand off for it. Even if he was 31, 32, just a bit of an experienced player in there who's still at the top level. And maybe you can bring through a Cheeto or something. Maybe that is an option that we can look at. Nave saying, I reckon if we moved on Watkins, he'd force the move after what Emery did with Rashford. That's interesting. But we're hearing no noise at all from Watkins, are we? Like, and I wouldn't expect to go out and say, I want to move to United. But from his camp, like, we would be open to a move, or it just seems very quiet.
Villa are doing the normal thing that clubs do. Is like, he's not for sale, which basically means he is for sale, but at the right price. Like, no player is untouchable. Like, as we've seen with Alexander Isak, no player is untouchable. You just have to pay the price. Like, you just have to get a price for them. That's all it is. So maybe he is open to it. Maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe we don't know. But I'm sure if he is, it'll come out at some point towards the end of the window when he's itching for a move or something. Maybe what is the first game of the season? It's like in August, isn't it?
16th of August.
Yeah, so first game, maybe he's on the bench or a second, and he starts getting a bit itchy and like starts pushing for a move. So you never know.
Yeah. Robert saying, do you think Sesko will wait for Man United next season? It depends what happens with Newcastle as well. Yeah. Like, clubs are still looking for strikers. I honestly, I fully believe we should go and get Sesko. I've never been more adamant on a striker. When I watch him play football, I'm like, he would be so good for us with those players, experienced players around him as well. I just think he would click. I think he'd do really, really well. But United, everything that's been briefed by good, solid journalists is just, way too much. Going to cost too much money.
Again, his price might come down because he's got that gentleman's agreement with RB Leipzig. Maybe he pushes towards the end of the window and goes, look, I agreed with you this thing, but I want to go, like, can we lower the price and let clubs available and know and stuff like that? Maybe that happens, and then United do swing in and sort of thing. Maybe Newcastle don't want to pay the price that is they're being quoted at him. Maybe he turns Newcastle down because everybody else is turning him down at the minute, it seems. So maybe he doesn't want to go to Newcastle. So there's a lot of moving parts that may or may not happen, and we've still got 5 weeks, 6 weeks left, so anything can happen, man. Like, literally anything can happen.
Yeah, agreed. Whilst we're on the conversation of Aston Villa, this got reported before from Ben Jacobs that while Onana has not been told that he's surplus to requirements at Man United, but reports he's heard is that United tried a loan move for Emi Martinez. They did make some kind of approach, but Villa rejected it. Obviously, you can imagine if it's going to be a loan, then they're going to reject that. But there seems to be interest there. It seems like he's desperate to join us.
Yeah.
But it's just, again, it's with Aston Villa. Like, is it not something we could do? Like, where's conversations? And do they want to get rid of him as well? Is it a wage thing? Is it just because
I think that's what it is.
Leave?
I think it's the wage thing. So they've got PSR concerns, haven't they? So they want to get like some of the big earners off the books, and I think Martinez is one of them.
I like it personally. I know we've spoken about it before, but I think I would like Martinez to come in. If there's two options, if you say, do you want to bring Martinez in or do you want to bring Le Mans in, who's more of a younger goalkeeper? I just think you're buying Prem proven in the positions like with them Bumo and Cunha anyway. You go get Prem proven in the goalkeeper, so there's not that kind of weight or expectation. I think he can just come in and deliver, hopefully. But another deal that's probably going to happen towards the back end of August, I think, by the looks of things. Red Devil, how could a £60 million player be too expensive, but £150 million is available? What the fuck? Who said £150 million available?
Yeah, where's the £150 million?
We've spent £120 million.
Yeah.
And that's basically all we've got at the minute until we sell.
They said at the beginning, they're like, I think the Athletic reported that United have about 100 million cash to spend, and then everything else depends on sales. And we pretty much spent that. We spent 120. So we've spent the money that we had. Now we're relying on sales to get something done. So obviously Rashford's wages off the books, that will help. But you still need to get Anthony out the door, get Nacho out the door, Terrell Malacia out the door. There's people you need to get out the door still before you can spend. So I don't know where the 150s come from.
No, bizarre. I think he might be on about Isak. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not a fan of these Bundesliga players. This is it must have been about a 3-hour debate on players from the Bundesliga, because I said you can pull up examples where players have done really well, and you can pull up examples from where players have flopped hard and been shocking. And the majority of the time, the ones that have flopped have been on United's side. Yeah. And then the ones that have done really, really well have been on Man City's side, who've done decent. So they bought Gundogan for 20 million. He's been arguably one of Pep's best players since he signed. He's had 3-4 really good seasons for him, been a captain, a leader for him.
Kevin De Bruyne come from Bundesliga.
Wolfsburg, 50, 60 million quid or whatever it was. You had Erling Haaland, who obviously seemed like he was just going to be an incredible player anyway.
I remember when he's been a good player for them as well.
I remember when they got Akanji, right? I think they got him for like 17 million quid.
Yeah.
And I remember Ralph Ragnick was someone who mentioned him at the time, saying like, this is a centre-back that we should be looking at. Now, he doesn't play every single game, but for an addition for he's good, man. He's decent. For 17, 18 million quid, I think he's a decent centre-back. So it's all about doing your due diligence and scouting properly and doing your research on players. Or he'll end up like Mkhitaryan, Jadon Sancho, for example. Like, who else have we signed from the German leagues? Kagawa didn't work out. So yeah, it depends on who you get. And someone's on about Sesko. Sesko isn't it? He's a scorer of great goals, not a great goal scorer. Whitwell's article, completely disagree. I think Sesko's ceiling, and I might be the only one on this, and I'm happy to be the only one on this. I think his ceiling is as high as Haaland's. I think he could be the elite striker in Europe, genuinely, from what I've watched of him. If you've got Liverpool taking a risk of £79 million on Ekitike, he's had one good season, 14, 15 goals. Sesko's done it consistently, double figures for the past 3-4 years. Like, yeah, I believe he's a decent striker. But look, my dreams have been ruined before at this club. I'm open to being ruined.
By the way, can we just hire whoever runs Frankfurt's sales department? Because they just seem to get absolute bits for their players every fucking time. Like, it's amazing like how they've done this. It's insane.
Yeah. They're doing all right, aren't they? I forgot to actually read the article that's out on Sesko. So there's a gentleman agreement between Benjamin Sesko and Leipzig. The price tag for limited clubs would be reduced to a range of 70 million euros to 80 million euros plus 5-10 add-ons. This is only valid for a few clubs considered special by Sesko. I'm telling you now, the clubs that list of clubs will get longer as special clubs.
Yeah.
The closer you get to the end of the window.
Just to get out. Yeah. To get out, so yeah.
For sure. Nick tells you everything, mate. Bundesliga players flop at United. That's because we bought... Schweinsteiger was another one as well, I just remembered. That's because we bought under Murta and Arnold, who couldn't scout a player in a one-man training session. Like, these... I mean... If you get the right people... If Havel knows Germany really, really well. Do you know what I mean? So
well, we've got two Bundesliga players who arguably two of our better players, De Ligt and Mazraoui.
Yeah.
I'd say... They're excellent players.
Mazraoui, 15 million quid, incredible signing.
Delict, I think he's been a very good signing. Like I think he's been a good signing. So I think it's not always a bad thing. Like again, Italy we seem to struggle with. Anytime we buy someone from Italy, it seems to not work. But then other clubs buy from Italy, and he's not played for City yet, but TM Reindeers City have bought. I'm convinced he will be a world-class player. Like he's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But we've bought players from Italy and it's not worked. Like Højlund, most recent example. You want to go back a bit, Juan Sebastian Veron didn't work. Like it's happened all the time, and other clubs have done it. Like Andrei Shevchenko was one of the best elite strikers in the world. He went to Chelsea, couldn't do it. Just didn't work at all.
As well,
so like players do it all the time. Like it's just unfortunate. United are just really shit at scouting players most of the time.
Yeah, spot on. Right, last 5 minutes I just wanted to discuss, because we've not done previews necessarily of pre-season games, but it's kind of your expectations for Saturday against West Ham. I know it's the kickoff's like 12 o'clock at night, and it's quite a late one. But we're going to see first bits of Brian Mbeumo. We're going to see more of Cunha, potentially more of Diego Leon. Yoro looks solid. Like, excited for the game on Saturday?
I wouldn't say excited, but intrigued.
Just say yeah.
Yeah. Intrigued. Like, there's a lot of young players. I saw I don't know if you watched the flight video that Bruno shot on the plane.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was talking to Jack Fletcher and stuff like that. So I'm really interested in Tyler Fredrickson's gone. Obviously Mantato, like, see if he gets a start. So there's a lot of young players that I'm looking at and going, can they make their sort of quest to get into the first team this season? Obviously, Amorim wants to work with a smaller squad. Can they be a part of it and stuff? Obviously, we saw Diego Leon already. Can he sort of like continue that on? Because I liked what I saw. So yeah, they're really interested to see all the young players. Obviously, interested to see Brian Mbeumo. Like, I think we all are, to see how he works. I think Xerxes back from injury, so it'd be good to see him as well.
Interesting.
He had a minor injury, which is why he didn't play in the Leeds game, but I think he's all right now. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see him in there as well. So yeah, I'm just intrigued to see all these different players, how they work. Like, can they make their way into the team and stuff? And obviously, new signings, Cunha and Mbeumo and stuff like that. So I don't. The result doesn't really. Obviously, I want to win, but the result is not really important to me, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of them pre-season, isn't it? Like, it's all good vibes, everyone's smiling and happy, and look how well they're doing in training. Everyone looks really lean, and I was listening to Yoro's interview before as well. After the training that they did, he was like, people are sharp, the drills are a lot quicker, it's been tough, and you like hearing all that because it gives you a little bit of like hope. But again, I remember last summer vividly, the going into it out, the positive, new environment, new players, and it just went to shit really quick. Really quick. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I hope there's the one thing I mainly want to see from this preseason is a difference in the intensity in how we play. If we play a nice brand of football that seems to be effective, I can jump on with it. I'll be like, right, take it to the moon, Amorim, let's do it. If we're seeing the same problems, which we did see a few issues, didn't we, in the game against Leeds in Stockholm, again, I'm like, I can't deal with this again.
But again, pre-season means fuck all. Like, it literally means fuck all. So we've had really, really good pre-seasons under other managers. Like, you remember the Ten Hag one? And it was just like, we're just smashing teams, just absolutely battering them. Yeah. Didn't go that well, did it? Really didn't go well. I think Louis van Gaal, I remember the pre-season versus Louis van Gaal, and I was like, I love this. This is really cool. Like, possession-based, passing. Bored me to fucking tears watching Louis van Gaal's football. Honest to God. And it was Jay Motti saying he didn't see a goal at his end for 6 months or something. Like, honest to God, like, that was terrible football. But it's pre-season, so take everything with a pinch of salt. Till we play Arsenal, like, let's see. I think UTFR has said, what would be starting 11 versus West Ham, lads? Who would you pick, Nick?
In terms of who I want to see Diego Leon again. Definitely eager to see what he's about. I would like to see obviously the dynamic between Mbeumo and Ahmad. I think is going to be fascinating how they're interchanging in the roles. Xerxes with the front three connected, to see how he's dropping in and is it fluent, and then maybe Mainu in the midfield as well, just to see because everyone's talking about him and Yoro again, like the work that they've done before the season. He obviously didn't have a great season last year, so I want to see what role is he going to play. Is he bedding into it? Doesn't more work need to be done? I want to. That's probably the main focus I'm going to be looking at on Saturday. See how Man Utd does, because a lot of noise around it, but I've yet to see much. Can't remember much of him in the last game. He looked okay, looked decent.
Are you picking in goal, or does it not matter?
Probably Heaton based off the last performance.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Bayern Day doesn't fill me with any confidence.
No.
Genuinely.
Yeah, I'll run through it, like Heaton, Leon, and then I'd see Dorgu in the second half. Like,
Dorgu's
the other way
really
around.
good.
I want to see. I'm at right wing back. Yoro, Heaven. Is De Ligt fit? I know Maguire's not on the tour, and he's got a personal issue.
I think De Ligt's fit. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, De Ligt, Yoro, Heaven. That'd be a nice sort of lineup there. Midfield. Struggle, don't you? Like, Jesus Christ, who do you play there? Who do you play? Obviously, Bruno's going to play there, but maybe Casemiro. Maybe. I don't know.
Might see a bit more Ugarte potentially as well.
Maybe Ugarte. And then, the front three, Mbumo, Xerxes, Cunha is what I'd like to see. Yeah. And then second half, I'd love to see Mantao come on for Ahmad. I'd love to see Dorgu on for Diego Leon. So I'd like to see these sort of young players get a full 45 minutes as well.
I felt like in the last game, when we was doing the post-match analysis, we speak about in the second half, when it was Yoro, Maguire, and Heaven, we had so much more control at the back. It just looks a lot better. So hopefully you kind of blend with the good bits that you got from each half, and then see what they're about, in first half against West Ham. And don't forget, it is Premier League opposition. It's not going to be... I know Leeds are technically Premier League opposition, but they've just been promoted. West Ham are someone who finished above us, aren't they?
But they also had a shit season, as well.
Of course.
Piss poor season. And they've lost one of their better players in Mohamed Kudus as well. He's gone. Not really signed a placement. Shakur Errington. Who would you have as striker high, guys?
Sesko.
You said Sesko, wouldn't you? Okay. If I just gun to my head, I'm saying Watkins. But obviously, if I'm having anybody in the world, it'd probably be a bit different. But of the choices we could get, I'd say Watkins. That would be ideal, but that's just not happening.
That would really light the world up, wouldn't it? If
Jesus Christ.
United's front three has gone from whoever fits in Schuon's on the right, Højlund and Garnacho, to Cunha, Isak, and Mbumo. You're like, let's go, man. I'm ready. I'm up on that fucking rocket. Let's go to the moon.
I'm ready to be hurt again.
I'm ready.
Also, it would piss these Newcastle fans off who, for some reason, want to start a rivalry with us and just really angry with us. That would fully infuriate them. They would proper lose their shit.
Yeah, they're all fucking melting at the minute. Considering they've got Champions League football. And I thought they would have invested more. I think them and Spurs...
They've been turned down, haven't they?
They bought one player, I think.
Well, they went for João Pedro. He turned them down.
Yeah.
They went for Mbumo. He turned them down.
Ekitike's turned them down.
Ekitike's turned them down. So, they're just getting bitch slapped left, right, and centre, aren't they? Just people that you don't want to sign for.
I know,
them, so.
but you think, okay, well, pivot to another target. Go bring... And maybe that's why Isaac's probably looked at it and going, look, you're not fucking investing in it. You're not pushing and bringing other players in. Yeah. Liverpool want me. I'm going to go there, and they're probably going to win the treble, with that team that they've got. Genuinely. Yeah. I think they're going to dominate football for the next 3-4 years, Liverpool.
I agree. And I think Newcastle, yes, they've got Champions League football, but have they really got any chance of winning the league next season? Probably not. Have they got any chance of winning the Champions League? Probably not. So it's why would Isak stay? He wants to win stuff. So why would he stay? Obviously, their goal is to win stuff, but in reality, look at what City have invested. Look at what the fuck Liverpool have invested. Chelsea are going to buy players. They always do. So it's where are you going to win stuff?
Yeah,
probably Liverpool.
There's a couple of clubs on my hit list at the minute that I'm like, I hope you have a fucking terrible season next year. Newcastle are one of them. Brentford's the other one. I hope they get relegated. Bournemouth I've never liked anyway. I've never really rated.
I don't understand your hatred for Bournemouth.
I don't rate them.
I don't
rate them as a club. I think what football is about, the purity of it and the tribalism, and I think Bournemouth are the opposite to that. You go to Bournemouth if you got a sugar donut and some chips. You don't go to Bournemouth for I can't wait to watch this football game.
Did you hate Blackpool when they were in the Premier League as well?
Oh, Blackpool, another one as well. I hate Blackpool anyway, let alone to forget about football. Blackpool's a shithole in it. Yeah. An absolute shithole. Stinks of piss. All the fronts it's all right. You go behind it, mate. Oh my God, it's
dealers,
terrible.
All sorts of shit.
Yeah, it is fucking hanging.
Would a deal for Samu be unattainable? Yeah. Apparently his release clause is 100 million.
Yeah.
So
big release clause.
We spoke to Carl Anker, who's a friend of the channel. We asked him, and he's told us, yeah, their release clause is 100 million because he was writing. Go check Carl's articles out, by the way. Shopping for Amram, like fantastic articles. Go check them out. Yeah, I think he's just released goalkeepers today, so go check that out. But yeah, and in the striker one, he mentioned Samu Armoridion. I don't know.
Armoridion, yeah.
And his release clause is 100 million. So if you're gonna go for him, you might as well go for Isak, wouldn't you? Because it's just like it's a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, it's a lot. I do rate him though. I thought the performance that he had against us in the Europa League for Porto, I think he ran De Ligt and Lissandro fucking ragged. Like he looked good. And he's a physical presence. We put a poll up at the start of the show. It's had nearly 50 votes now. Gun to your head, who do we sign? 25% said Watkins, 0% said Jackson, 56% said Sesko, and 19% said Mateta, which is like very interesting. I think a gun to my head, who I want Sesko, but gun to my head, I think it'd be Watkins more than Sesko, in my opinion.
Rank them in, obviously Sesko's top, rank them in who you like. So number 1, ultimate target, and number 4, last resort. Like,
for me, you mean?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, this is interesting because I actually think Jackson in this system would be really good, but I don't want him because of the other issues that we've spoken about before. So, I would go Sesko, Watkins, Jackson, Mateta. Personally, I
would go Watkins, Sesko, Mateta, Jackson.
Jackson would be 4th.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay. Liverpool have already replaced Salah ahead of next summer. Amarin could fix and rebuild my club team next season. That's from here. No love for Jackson. No, I said that I don't mind him. I don't mind Jackson as a player.
I think he's a better player than everybody's saying. Like, everybody's writing him off like he's a fucking shite player, but he isn't. Like, he's a good player and he's got abilities and qualities that I like. Like, I don't think he's as bad as everybody's making it up, but in my personal preference, he wouldn't be top of the list.
Well, whichever way you look at it, I think the Premier League is going to be fascinating in it for every viewer. Again, the money that's been spent this window, it just goes to show why the Premier League is the cream of the crop. Is that the right word?
Yep.
Cream of the crop.
And it's not even August either. It's still July.
No.
It's not even August.
But, I mean, Liverpool now, if they go and get Isak, you're talking like a similar window to what Chelsea did. Do you remember when Chelsea spent 400 million in one window?
Yes.
And everyone was like, what the fuck is going on here? I think Liverpool are close to doing that. They're going to spend around 400 million quid.
I think Chelsea already spent 200 million already so far. And they're still going for Xavi Simons.
Xavi Simons. They bought in Pedro, Delap. Who else did they bought? I'm trying to think who else they bought. They bought a few younger players as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're spending money, man. And that's because, like I said, all these clubs got Champions League football. Arsenal with Gyökeres, Zubimendi, Mosquera, probably others that I'm forgetting as well. Madueke, who I mentioned as well. Like,
they got Arrizabalaga as well, didn't they?
Kepa of 5 million quid, which is like, would we have not looked? Maybe, I don't know. I know people.
I don't rate Kepa at all.
I don't mind him personally.
He's got so many clangers in him.
Yeah,
like, he's got so many.
Maybe I'm
also, do you remember when he argued with the Chelsea manager when he was trying to take him off, and he was like, "I'm not coming off." Like, you don't need that in the team.
Like,
don't
come
need
off,
that
mate.
shit.
And he's like, nah. And then did he miss his penalty as well?
Yeah.
I think. Not great. But I think it's going to be a good watch, man. Genuinely. It might not be a good watch for us as United fans. It might end up being another terrible season. But from a neutral footballing perspective, I think it would be great. And do you know what? I really miss football. Genuinely miss watching it. I watched the women's semi-final the other day. And do you know what? As well, surprisingly, the quality, much better than I thought. I was a little bit naive in like, I don't want to watch it because whenever I read about articles about the comparison, it's like, women's football is probably League 3, League 2 standard of football in comparison to Premier League players. But when I watched it, it was all right. And I'm like, it just kind of reminded me a little bit of like that bug, just missing watching it weekend. Like,
Just to put the button on the Isak thing, Laurie Whitwell has just tweeted, Isak not been part of conversations at United despite striker search due to cost and chance of signing. Liverpool and Al Hilal in box seat. So, just to put the button on it, and anybody thought, maybe have a chance.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know you all thought it was going to happen, but we're not going to sign Alexander Isak. It'll probably be Xerxes, Cunha, and Mbeumo. So strap in, people. get ready for the Premier League season. It's only around the corner. We've got a pre-season match on Saturday. We'll have any coverage with transfers and pre-season stuff over on our Instagram, which is, I believe, getting closer to 7,000.
It is. It's like, what? Let me check now. What are we on? 6,837.
Yeah, we're pushing for 10k on that, and it's absolutely popping off at the minute. Just check it out to see it to believe it. It's going off. X as well, another one we're pushing close, getting closer to 2k, and then on TikTok, I think we're like 700 off 30,000. So any follows, really appreciated. Any support, of course, you already know as well, really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you can, like the video. Appreciate all the interaction in the chat. Some really, really good individual analysis on there of players, as always. And yeah, any newcomers as well. I've seen a couple of new names in there. Appreciate you all. Anything else, Sam, before we head off?
No, look forward to the season, pre-season starting. Be good to sort of actually watch United again. I never thought I'd say that after last season, but
no, but we're ready to
be
be
hurt.
hurt.
What I mean? It's like a drug addict just going back again, isn't it? It's just like, I've got clean. I've been clean and sober for weeks, and now I'm going back in.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be different this time. So,
and this isn't just like one hit. This is like a full season of just fucking pain, innit? So
we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see.
We definitely will see. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.